When the world's oil runs out, humanity's desperate last hope becomes its final nightmare. This is our recap of the disaster movie Ice, starring Richard Roxburgh and Sam Neill. The world is in chaos. Climate change has turned countries into deserts, creating waves of refugees. To make things worse, fossil fuels have all but run out. The solution: drill in the fragile, melting Arctic for rumored vast oil fields. Renowned climatologist Professor Tom Archer Richard Roxburgh fears this will be catastrophic. He heads north to find proof from his friend, Ben, who works on a conservation unit near the massive Halo oil drilling rig. Ben shows Tom terrifying proof. Rivers of melt water are flowing under the glaciers, destabilizing them at an unprecedented rate. Tom warns the Polar Alliance that if the sea ice melts, it could shut down the Gulf Stream, plunging the entire Northern Hemisphere into a new ice age. But Halo Oil, led by the charismatic but ruthless CEO Anthony Kavanagh, Sam Neill, and his shrewd lawyer, Dr. Sarah Fitch, dismisses him. They have too much money and the world's energy needs riding on their success. Outraged and ignored, Tom resigns. Back at the rig, a violent blowout injures several workers with superheated water far hotter than a normal gas pocket. Ben secretly investigates and calls Tom with cryptic coordinates, promising irrefutable evidence. But before he can explain, Ben is found dead on the ice, supposedly killed by a polar bear. Tom, guilt-ridden and suspicious, travels back to the Arctic to find out what happened. On the rig, Tom teams up with an unlikely ally, Halo's lawyer, Sarah Fitch. She's begun to suspect Kavanagh is lying about the severity of the accidents. They discover Ben's evidence, a thermophilic microbe that can only survive in scorching hot water, proving the drilling has opened a hydrothermal vent on the ocean floor. They race out onto the ice to film the vent itself, but their mission goes horribly wrong when the unstable ice shelf collapses beneath them, nearly killing them both. Despite their incredible evidence, Kavanagh refuses to stop. Driven by greed and the belief that the world needs his oil, he orders the crew to drill deeper and faster. The pressure becomes too much. The drill hits the vent network directly, triggering a chain reaction that shatters the entire Arctic sea ice. The supporting ice for the Greenland glacier vanishes, and it begins its catastrophic collapse into the ocean. Tom's prediction comes true instantly. A biblical-scale tidal surge devastates coastlines worldwide. Then, the real horror begins. The Gulf Stream stops. The temperature plummets. Tornadoes of snow and ice ravage Europe. The UK government, advised by a horrified Tom via a patchy satellite phone call, orders a total evacuation of the entire country south. It's the largest migration in history, but for millions, it's already too late. While the world freezes, Tom's personal mission begins. His family, his wife Jackie, and daughter Millie are trapped in London. After a perilous journey flying a tiny plane through the superstorm, Tom crash lands in the frozen wasteland that was once England. He must now navigate buried cities, desperate scavengers, and deadly cold to find his family before they are entombed in ice. Meanwhile, Tom's family is fighting their own battle for survival inside a frozen detention center. Using courage and ingenuity, they narrowly escape collapsing structures and freezing floods. In a climactic moment on the roof of a skyscraper about to be swallowed by the ice, Tom finally finds them. Reunited, they look south. Their journey isn't over, but as a flock of birds flies overhead a sign of life, they have hope. Mankind has been given a devastating second chance. The question is, will they learn from their mistakes? Final thought. Ice is a classic disaster movie that takes a terrifying what-if scenario and runs with it. It's a story about corporate greed versus science, but at its heart, it has a thrilling survival tale and a desperate race to save one's family from a world we destroyed. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the bell for more full movie recaps from Blown Movies. What's the most terrifying disaster movie you've ever seen? Let us know in the comments below.